Hello there. What's going on, everybody? Huge news just dropped today, moments ago. A whole nother show has just been announced to go into development next year, starring Diego Luna. It's going to be about Cassian Andor in the early days of the rebellion, during the formative years or the middle years of the rebellion. This is likely going to take place probably around the same time as Star Wars Rebels. And oh my gosh, it's huge. Before I keep talking about it though, I do want to remind you guys there's a huge new giveaway going on right now for a Super Star Destroyer for Star Wars Armada. All you have to do to enter to win that giveaway is become a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos. It's as simple as that. So wow, all right, a whole bunch of information in very short time frame. So there's a lot of stuff to digest about all of this. First off, they did announce the name of Disney's new streaming service. It's going to be called Disney Plus. Sign me up right away. Absolutely, I'm 100% in. Even if not everything's going to be great there, I want to experience it all, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I mean, most of the stuff I watch is somehow Disney related anyway, whether it's Avengers or Star Wars or I have kids too, so they love all that stuff too. So it's just a good all-around family choice. But you have The Mandalorian already coming exclusively to Disney Plus, but now you have a Cassian Andor series about the rebellion coming exclusively to Disney Plus. So they didn't give us a whole lot of details other than Diego Luna is returning to play his role. Now, because it's the same actor, that means that they're not going to go back 30 years to when Diego Luna was a child. I mean, they may do flashbacks or something like that, but it gives you a rough time frame. It's not going to probably take place too early. Probably within 5 years or so of Episode 4 or of Rogue One. It would be my guess, because they don't want the character to look that different than they did in the first movie, although he may shave, so you can make an actor look a little bit younger if you clean him up a little bit and make him look less dirty and give him a different hairstyle. So you can do a lot of things like that. But what else does this mean for Star Wars? It means, first off, everybody's favorite time period, the Galactic Civil War, we're getting more of that, which means so many things for tabletop gaming. It means so many things for video games. It means more opportunities to explore EU or Legends universe stuff that's supposed to exist during the Galactic Civil War. We can see more of that now, which is fantastic. This also means they can also explore some other things that are going on in between episodes 3 and 4, which means things that were kind of alluded to during Star Wars Rebels, which means we might see Maul again, because don't forget they dropped a little hint of him at the end of Solo, and we know that he is still around until Star Wars Rebels. So if this show takes place before when we see Maul in Star Wars Rebels, which it certainly may, and they'd be doing a terrible disservice if they didn't at least open the door for some familiar characters to show up during season finales or whatever. That's fantastic. Plus, you've still got Ray Park. You've still got Sam Witwer. It might be a little bit of a challenge to actually do a lot of Maul scenes. So if Maul is in it, it'll be probably only a little bit. Or maybe just him fighting, which, oh my gosh, could you imagine seeing Ray Park as Maul again in fight scenes in a show? But what else does this mean? This also means we can have characters from Star Wars Rebels potentially show up. It can go past the end of Rebels, because Rebels doesn't end on the day that Rogue One starts. So it can go past that. You can have live-action Hera Syndulla. You can have live-action Sabine. So Satine died a long time ago. I'm getting my Saines mixed up. So Satine is dead. Sabine. You can get live-action Sabine. I don't know if they'll do a live-action Zeb. Zeb and Callus are on their love crusade out going to the unknown regions. So let's just let them kind of, explore their bromance together. But there's a lot of stuff from Star Wars Rebels they can explore. And, the other thing that's cool, you know what else? You know what else you can see? Thrawn. You can totally see Thrawn now in a live action show. So much stuff because of the time frame that this movie is in. And again, we only have rough estimates based on the actor and his age and what they've told us. It is going to take place before Rogue One. Obviously, it can't take place after Rogue One, unless, of course, the Force just formed a boundary around. No, obviously it's taking place before Rogue One. So I would imagine somewhere between 5 and 10 years tops before Rogue One, and 10 years is a bit of a stretch, so I'm going to say maybe between 5 and 7 years where they can start off. Obviously, a show like this has a finite lifespan, but I expect it to also be a launching point towards a whole bunch of new stories, and it's really exciting. So You know, I feel like Cassian Andor was one of those characters that could probably use a little more exploration. He has done some other things outside of Rogue One as well. If you have been into The Void for Secrets of the Empire, this is that virtual reality experience. They have one here in Orlando. I believe they have one at Disney in California as well. And it's an amazing, amazing experience. I think they actually opened up a couple more of them. But it's like, it's more than just a VR thing. It's like you have props, you hold them. The rooms are designed to look the way that you look. You can touch and feel the things that you can see. There's smells. There's all kinds of amazing stuff in this adventure. It's basically a full-blown interactive video game where you're inside the video game. And it doesn't feel like a gimmick. And I made a video the first time I went and did that, but Diego Luna is actually reprising his role as Cassian Andor in that as well. So again, it's just very, very cool to see a whole nother show announced. I think this Disney Plus streaming service is really going to be easily worth your money. Now, it's not going to come out right away. This show is not going into production until next year, and they have no release date. So if it goes into production next year, you're looking at probably a mid to late 2020 release, is my guess. So we'll probably already have our first season of The Mandalorian aired and done by the time that this show comes out. So you already have, and they may, be slightly different flavors. I think if they're doing live action, though, it's not going to be kid-oriented. And that's a really good thing, because I've been watching Star Wars Resistance, and I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not thrilled. It's okay. It's good for the family. It's just not, doesn't hit exactly the spots. Now, it looks like next week's episode is going to be a little better. It looks like it's starting to pick up the pace a little bit and get more into the shooty stuff, the spaceship shooty blasty stuff. And I like the blasty shooty shoots. But I don't really like the whole woohoo, yippee, and that kind of whole, I could get away, I could do without some of that. I'm not trying to criticize it. It's just not for me. But I have kids, so we watch it together as a family. And that's fine. We're just very lukewarm on it. It's not super bad. It's just okay. It's something different, and not everything has to appeal to me. I'm not the target audience for 100% of stuff that's out there. And I have no problem with that. But it looks like, I'm guessing with live action shows, people who are like grown-up fans of the game and people who want a more mature type of, Star Wars for grown-ups, I think that you might see something a little bit more PG-13. I think you're more likely to see something more like Rogue One in a show like this. I think you're likely to see something more like Rogue One in a show like The Mandalorian. I think this new Disney streaming service is going to have options for Star Wars for the kids, Star Wars for the family, and Star Wars for the grown-ups. I don't think we'll see anything like Star Wars After Dark, like a very, very grown up. I don't think we'll see anything like that. But I think it's going to be pretty much, I think they're going to have gritty, more aggressive, kind of like, and just more opportunities to pull from the EU. So this is really just a fantastic thing. I'm so thrilled. And, and we just found out about it. Plus, Disney Plus is the name of the streaming service, so we have a name for that. Now, here's some questions. Do you think this Cassian Andor show is going to have any Jedi stuff in it? Do you think there'll be ties to the Jedi? I mean, they can do, like I already said, they can do Rogue One. Do you think there'll be any other hidden Jedi out there? I think there's certainly an incentive to introduce more exiled and hidden Jedi out there. I think that's definitely a possibility. Or do you think it's going to be more blasty blast, oh my goodness, I didn't know that was loaded. Anyway, do you think it's going to be more blasty blast or more whoom, whoom? I think it's going to be more blasty blast. And the other thing is, it's a live action show. There's always the chance of having more space combats. He's got a U-Wing, right? Are they going to have Alan Tudyk play K2SO? I'm sure they'll probably do an episode on how he gets K2SO. There's certain things you can kind of just figure, all right, what goes into this? Okay, well, who is he? How does he get his ship? How does he get his droid? How does he fall in with the rebels? How bad of a dude? We already know he's kind of a bad dude. How bad of a dude was he before that? So many launching points on things that you can do here. And I just think it's just brilliant. I think we'll probably see General Draven again. They seemed like they had a little bit of a relationship. There's so much more you can do there. And I like it. And it's probably, I really think this might be the darkest and grittiest show they do. Mandalorian might not even be that bad. It may just be kind of like straight up, yeah, it's violent, but it's not like, it's not like really bad violent. Like Cassian in Rogue One was really bad violent. Just for a little bit. Like at the beginning, you kind of like your first impression of him is like, oh, oh, he's a bad dude. He is a bad dude. So it's exciting. Are you excited about this? Tell me what you think down in the comments below. I would love to hear. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe. Click that little bell for alerts so you don't miss when I announce giveaways to winners. I typically announce those towards the end of my videos, so you got to watch, and hopefully we can be excited and take this journey together. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I want a big thanks to my patrons out there on Patreon. You guys are fantastic. Look for another giveaway within about a week or so. I'm going to be launching the next giveaway on there as well. So I want to thank you guys again so much for watching, and as always, have a great day.